Today, I'm going to share with you some of the best sales training from Alibaba.com, the world's largest e-commerce platform, period.
Hey Tom Peng, love what you're doing on your channel, buddy. Super congrats. You know, giving your time and energy to nonprofit business channel. Look, man, keep driving that audience. So Tom Peng, look forward to spending some time with you. I know you got the right mindset, so I'd love for you to share some of that from the big V. God bless, be great. 10X.
So some of you may know that my company is a partner of Alibaba.com, and they are the world's largest e-commerce platform, period. There's no company larger than Alibaba.com in e-commerce or in any other space, in fact. So it's very fortunate for me to be a partner of Alibaba.com because I have access to some of their really powerful trainings, really good marketing and sales strategies. And you know, I run into this PowerPoint presentation. I never actually saw this presentation before. What happened was this presentation was sent to me, this PowerPoint was sent to me, and I look at the content, I was like, hey, this is everything I say, right? Alibaba is teaching, you know, its salespeople the exact same thing that I say, and I will show you what that means, right? So I want to go through some of the, you know, trainings Alibaba provides to its salespeople, all right? So Bobby, as you can see here, is one of the channel sales managers in Alibaba.com. I did ask for his permission before I do this video. He says yes, you know, he would like to share this presentation with you. So here we go. So here it talks a little bit of, about the channel partner, the person that put together this presentation. So obviously he's very experienced in sales. And in his agenda, he's going to talk about why you need to call customers every day. And second thing he wants to talk about is mindset, right? Mindset is so important in sales. And then we talk about skills, the skills that you need to sell. And part 4, he wants to talk about customers' objections, you know, because customers are always going to say no to you. I'm not sure, I'm not sure, I can't decide, I need to think about it. They're always going to object in some way. And we need to be able, as salespeople, handle that, right? And he's going to conclude in part 5. So let's quickly go over through his presentation. Again, I've never seen his presentation, so I'm actually taking his PowerPoint and I'm adding my own words to this presentation, right? So part 1, why do you need to call every day? Well, because very simply, because you want customers to buy your product. If you don't call them, how would they know about your product, right? That's why you need to call them. And that's what I say, prospecting is so important. It's the most important thing in sales. You gotta go out and find new prospects every single day. You have to reach out to new people every single day. If you're not doing that, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail as a salesperson, right? You need to contact customers and you need to create needs and solve their problems, right? Sometimes the prospect doesn't even know they have a problem or they have a need until you tell them. And then they're like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I need, right? That happens a lot. And you know, you have to understand what their problems are so you can solve their problems for them. So of course, the first time you call a prospect, it's always to get a face-to-face meeting or a subsequent meeting, right? The first call is to make that initial contact to get that meeting. So here is a funnel, right? Alibaba gives you a funnel. First, you call, you call new prospect, you get a meeting, and from the meeting, you do your presentation, your demo, you sign contract, and then finally, you get money from the customer or the prospect, right? This is the funnel. You're gonna call a lot of people, and then only some of them will go to a meeting, and only some of them will sign a contract, and finally, only some of them will pay you, right? This is the sales funnel. You must understand this. You're gonna call a lot of people, but at the bottom of the funnel, it's only gonna be a very small number of people that actually pay you. Part 2. Mindset, right? So now Alibaba is going to teach you mindset, right? Let's see. What do they say? They say don't say unnecessary things on the phone, which I agree with, right? Don't forget your mission is to make appointment with the prospect, right? When you call them the very first time, what you want is to get an appointment, right? You're not there to make friends. You're not there to chit chat. You're not there to talk about the weather. You have a value proposition. You have a solution that can help them. You want to tell them about that solution. That's it. You don't talk about anything else. I know that there are some salespeople, especially girls, they pretend to be like really, really sexy, like, hey baby, you want to talk about, this and, how old are you? Oh yeah, I'm like 96. Oh yeah, you're like 95. Oh, that's so cool. I think that's totally fucking unnecessary, right? You don't need to do that, because if you have a real product that offers value, you don't need to like fake friendship. You don't need to like fake sexy voice to get the guy to like get interested. Because if you do that, you get the prospect on the wrong premise. They talk to you not because they have a need for your solution. They talk to you because you're sexy. I think a lot of sales girls, they do that, and I think that's just ineffective. I don't know anyone that's effective by doing that, right? So unless you are super talented sales, you can close the customer on the phone, right? No one can just close the customer on the phone on the first call. Rarely ever happens. That just never ever happens. Maybe one time out of 5 years, right? So you must understand that when you reach a prospect, it's gonna take many contacts. You're gonna call them 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You gotta meet them 2 or 3 times in order to close that deal, right? It doesn't happen on a first call. So you don't try to like sell to the customer on the first call. That's just stupid, right? The first call is for you to introduce the value that you provide and set up a second meeting. That's all. You do not try to close the customer on the first call. That just won't work, right? Number 3 point is really what I just said. And number 4 point, try to end the call in 5 minutes. So Alibaba wants you on the first call, end the call within 5 minutes. Actually, I say 2 to 3 minutes, right? Because on that first call, you're only introducing the product value and you want to set up the meeting. It should never be more than 2 or 3 minutes. And then you move on to the next prospect, right? You're just setting up that appointment. If it's like 20 minutes for that call, then something's wrong. You're doing it wrong. That first call should be very short. In fact, most business people are busy, right? They're not gonna talk to you for 20 minutes on a first call. They don't even know you. So make sure that on that very first call, you only take 2 or 3 or maybe 5 minutes of your time, and that's it, right? Get the appointment, that's it. Don't waste your time, don't waste their time. What Alibaba says more about mindset? Well, 1, no meeting, no order. If you're not doing presentation, if you're not doing demo, if not showing the product to the customer, they're not gonna buy it from you, especially if the product is complex. For example, in e-commerce, it's very complex. You must show the product to the prospect in order for them to buy it from you. There's no way you can sell it without showing them the product. It's very important. Presentation and demos are the prerequisite of an order, a closed deal, right? And if you can't get an order, you're wasting your time, right? So you call for money. You're making that phone call to make money, right? And to make that appointment, so you get a meeting, you do the presentation demo so that you can get an order. If you're not doing any of those things, then you're wasting your time. So I like what Alibaba says on the 3rd point here is that you must communicate your product's idea to the customer. You must explain to them the product's value proposition, right? The English is not so good, but that's the idea. You must communicate what your product can do, right? They're not gonna buy it from you just because you say, hey, you want to go online, and then, oh, you wanna export. They're not gonna buy from you just because you say those words, right? And if you think you can't do that, they tell you to go work at Circle K. If you think the customer is just gonna talk to you and buy from you immediately, like you're some kind of a store clerk, then go work at a Circle K. That's what Alibaba is saying. What does Tom say? Tom says, if you can't, do the sales process and you can't work hard, go work at Highland Coffee. I say Highland Coffee, and Alibaba says Circle K. I only met Bobby one time. We don't actually collude on this presentation. I don't know he's gonna put this presentation together, but it seems like we're saying the same thing. Quite amazing. So continuing on mindset, right? Oh, this first point is so important. Like 99% of the customer will reject you. We're looking for that 1%. What does Tom say? Tom says 98% of the customer will reject you. We're looking for that 2%. You know, every 100 people you talk to, only 2 will buy from you. But Alibaba is saying that only 1 will buy from you, right? And that is so true because sales is a numbers game, right? You're contacting 100 people to find the 1 or 2 potentials. If you're really good, maybe you find 5 potentials, but the number will never be, you know, higher than that. It's not possible that every person you call will want to buy your product. That's just not possible. You're only looking for that very small percentage of people that may be interested in your product. And they say it is their loss if they reject you. Absolutely right, because you actually have a very powerful value proposition. Either you sell your product and you're helping them going online, or you give them a platform for them to find, you know, buyers internationally. You have something that can really help them. And if they say no to you, then it's really their loss. They're being stupid. You must understand that. A lot of salespeople, like when they hear no, they go, oh, they said no to me. Oh, our product must be shit. You know, no. If they say no to you, then they're being stupid. You must understand that because you have something that's really, truly powerful and useful and they don't get it, right? And number 3 point, they're nobody to you. Don't let them affect you, right? If they say no to you, it's okay. It's like water off duck's back, you know, duck, you know, they swim in the water. The duck, the water doesn't, you know, get into their feather, right? The water just like bounce off the feather of the duck. Same here. If they say no to you, no problem, next, right? If they say no to you, no problem, next. If the next person says no to you, no problem, next. Because you are playing the numbers game. You're only looking for that 1 or 2 out of 100. Remember that. Finally, more on mindset. See, they talk so much about mindset. They must understand Vietnamese salespeople so much, like I do, right? So you must be familiar with your product. You must improve your selling skills. Of course, if you don't know your product, you can't sell it, right? You must understand when you're selling them a product, especially in e-commerce or real estate, in fintech or whatever, you are the professional, you're the pro in your product. You know more about e-commerce than them, right? You must be confident. If you don't know e-commerce, then you shouldn't be selling e-commerce. You must know more about e-commerce than the person that you're selling to. So they listen to you, they're like, wow, you're so smart. You know everything about e-commerce. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it from you. You need to know more than the prospect. For sure, that means education, that means learning, that means upgrading your skills, upgrading your product knowledge, right? You are here to make them make money, right? Yes, in the case of Alibaba, you're there to sell this product to them so that they can make more money. If you're selling Go Sell, you're also there to help them make more money. You must understand this. You're there to help them make more money. You must understand that, and you must convey that idea very clearly, right? Even if you're not in e-commerce, I want you to understand that when you are selling something, you're either helping them make more money, or you're trying to save them more money, or you're trying to solve their problems. It must provide some value to them so that they will buy from you, all right? Don't be scared. If you don't have confidence in your own product or yourself, then how can you sell it? Exactly what I say. You know, like you need to have confidence in your own product. You need to believe in it, and you can't be scared. Scared people cannot be salespeople. Salespeople are confident, they're strong, they can talk to anybody and close deals, right? If you're scared to talk to people, go work at a Highland Coffee or Circle K, okay? You can't do sales if you're scared. You must be super brave, all right? Don't be too polite, number 5 point. It makes them feel that you're trying to sell them something useless. When you go, mister, sorry to bother you, I would like to tell you more about, immediately you lose them because they don't believe you. They think that, you're trying to sell them something that they don't need, right? But you say it with absolute confidence. Like, hey, Mr. Fook, I have something that will help you grow your sales by 27%. Would you like to know what it is? Who would say no to that? Who would say no to that, right? You must be confident, but not polite. You don't need to be sorry, thank you, I'm sorry to bother you. No, you don't need to say any of those words. Those words are useless. They just make your position weak. So you must be strong, not polite. I'm not telling you to be rude. Rude is not good, but you need to be confident and strong, not polite. Part 3, skills. So first thing you must understand, why would the prospect meet you? Why would the prospect want to talk to you? Because no business person will want to waste their own time. So you must offer them something of value. You must tell them upfront, I can do something for you. I can help you increase sales. I can help your business go online. I can help you export more, right? You must put your value proposition out there quickly so that they understand what you can do for them, so that they don't feel they're wasting their time. Number 3, successful stories. I like this one. I like my marketing team to produce case studies, right? Because we want to produce case studies in different industries so that we can show people, oh look, this customer used our product and then they increased sales by 37%. And then they actually show the data and show how they do it, right? Case studies are so important because you can show people what happens if they use the product, right? So show more success stories, especially for Alibaba. They have a lot of successful stories that they can share with customers because a lot of people, they use Alibaba.com and they really do export more. They export to more countries, more customers, they sell more. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars here, right? Whatever you're selling, show the success stories. If they use the product, what will happen? Show what problems your product helped the customers so that people understand the value proposition, right? Number 4 point, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna skip the rest. Skills. Oh, this is so important, right? You gotta talk to the key person. That's what I say, right? You must talk to the key decision maker, right? You don't want to talk to receptionists. You don't want to talk to, customer service. You want to talk to CEOs. You want to talk to CEOs, managing directors, people that can make decisions. If you're talking to anybody that cannot make decisions, you're wasting your time, right? Always talk to a key decision maker. And, when you talk to customer service or receptionists or people that cannot make decisions, you have to explain the product to them and they explain the product to their boss and they probably explain it wrong and you have to do it again and you lost the deal because, get to the person directly. Don't go through intermediaries because that's how you lose deals. So here are some tips for telesales, right? Most people, when they hear a telesales call, what do? They hang up. They want to hang up, right? They want to reject. They want to say, no, I'm not interested, right? So it's very important that you understand that, right? They're always going to reject you. So you must be prepared for that. And you must have call script that help you answer, I'm not interested. Why are you not interested? There's a way to help you increase sales by 37%. You're not interested? Can I tell you more about it? It just takes 15 seconds. Whenever they reject you, come back with a response because they're always gonna reject you, especially if you're doing telesales, right? I'll skip the rest. Okay, well this slide is kind of cool because it tells you that you always put the pressure on, right? I can visit you to exchange share information. Only takes 15 minutes. I'll be nearby your company tomorrow. Give them these reasons, all right? And then pressure them to a meeting, right? Because most people don't want to meet you. Most people, they're happy with not doing anything. So you gotta push because if you sell them the product, their life will be better. So you gotta push in order for them to meet you, right? And the third line says, I will be nearby your company tomorrow. You can use that. I'll be by your company tomorrow. Can we set up a meeting tomorrow, right? Well, but you may say, Tom, but I wasn't planning to go to their company tomorrow. I wasn't gonna be in the neighborhood. But can I say that? Yes! So you say it and they say, okay, and then you find a way to go there. If they're gonna meet you, are you not gonna go, right? If you say this line, I will be near your company tomorrow, would you like to meet? And then they say, yes, you fucking go, right? You say it and they say okay, and you find a way to do it, right? That's how you do deals. That's how you close deals, right? When they give you an opportunity, you fucking take it, right? You don't say, well, tomorrow I'm busy. I don't think I can come visit you. No, when they say come visit me, you fucking go, right? You do not let opportunities slip away. When they say, okay, let's meet, you find out how to do it. You say, yes, I will be there. And then you find out how to do it, all right? Customers' objections. Customers will always say a lot of things. I'm busy. We're very busy this period. We don't do Chinese market. I don't really need Alibaba. They will give you lots and lots of reasons why they don't need the product, right? So you gotta write down all these objections, and you gotta come back with some kind of response. Every one of these objections, you must have a response to that objection. You must know how to answer it so that, if they say, I'm not interested, and you hang up, then that's a dead deal, right? If they say, I'm not interested, you come back with something and then get them back into the conversation. That's how you overcome objections. I have many videos about how to overcome objections, and I will do more in the future. And, there's another whole list of customers' objections. I'm not gonna go through it. So conclusion, this is Alibaba's training conclusion, right? Okay, I think that's it. And, let's just go through the rest of the slide. You know about this movie, Wolf of Wall Street, right? So you see, they talk about Wolf of Wall Street, how, this guy runs a boiler room, in that movie. It's actually based on a real story. It's based on the story of Jordan Belfort, which, I think is a really cool guy. He's actually a sales trainer, a very famous one now. So next slide. This is from Wolf of Wall Street, the movie, right? So, actually Alibaba is telling its salespeople, hey, this is how they do it, right? Watch that movie and you'll understand what I mean. At the end of this training presentation, Bobby actually showed this video clip, right? And I will share that with you. This is actually from The Wolf of Wall Street. Again, one of my favorite movies. It's about sales. It's about this guy, actually, Jordan Belfort. Okay, well, let's just stop there, right? So, obviously Jordan Belfort, back in the times, he was not a nice guy. Actually, he was in jail for a while. But, we're not telling you to cheat and lie, but that is the attitude that salespeople must have, that they want to win. They want to close that fucking deal, right? And they work very hard, and they want to close as many deals as possible. They want to make lots of money. That's what salespeople should be like. If you're just sitting there, don't want to make phone calls, and you just want to make base salary, go work at a fucking McDonald's, Circle K, or, Highland Coffee. Go fuck yourself, right? So be a real salesperson. Don't be a fucktard, and take fucking action.